Kia ora, Guro Jee Choi or Floro Fighting Systems. So, as requested, I got two of the most treasured knives here with me. This one, as y'all know, was a gift from my brother, my teacher, Master Raymond Floro. Ray, how are you, brother? Thank you again. This is Matt Zhu of Zhu Bladeworx and Floro Fighting Systems collaboration work called the Wraith. And this in my hand, I think this is what you guys were asking for a better review on, or at least a longer detailed review on, is Jensen Elite Blades original Floro Fighting Systems knife. Obviously when I did the first review, I was all stoked and just literally like hyped up. It's like I just got my dream knife in my hand. This is a knife that I've been hunting for a very long time, and thank you again lots for making it happen. And you know, my brother's just, like I said, I have the best students in the world, and I really mean that. And I have also the best luck with teachers also. So thank you, my teachers and my brothers and my students. You guys are the best. So going into this review, let's start with the Jensen Elite blade, since you guys been asking me this a lot. It's right now it's in this cover sheath or IWB sheath. One of the things before I go into this that I do not want to get into is, let's not talk ill of those who is no longer in this particular line of work or in practice, okay? Because if we do that, I'm literally going to take up the entire filming just talking about how awful that person and his practice was. So let's not get into that. So instead of politics, let's focus on the knife at hand. So this was, when I first saw this, was on, remember guys, before I was a Floro Fighting Systems instructor, I was a diehard FFS fanatic and also Wraith Floro stalker online. We joke about that. But one of the things that I remember seeing, I think it was around 2003 was, or 2004, around that time, was seeing this knife that was a collaborative piece from Wraith's design that's executed by Jensen Elite Blades. And as soon as I saw that, I was, oh my lord, that looks amazing. So I actually tried to contact Jensen back then, but his email was already offline, and let's just leave it at that because we all know the reason why that occurred. And luckily it was a draw of a luck that I actually didn't even get a chance to contact them. And shortly after that, this knife was literally a unicorn, and I just kept on practicing FFS. And the knife that I was using for FFS back then was several different ones. I used the Puko knife that Ray recommended, and I also managed to purchase one from long ago when I got that FFS DVD for the instructional DVD for the first time. And I got that directly from Ray. And that was a really cool knife actually. Fast forward, we're sticking with the Jensen history. I found out after I became an instructor in Floro Fighting System when I got back from Australia after being accredited by Ray. I learned that there is a gentleman here in Washington State who owns a SWAT version of this knife, which is paracord and it looks more aggressive. Sadly, that's never going to be hard with that gentleman, so that's cool, awesome. You know, that just means that knife is super great. Now the boys managed to find this and get it for me, and this is a different story because like it is almost like one of those, what Uncle Jim, shout out to my teacher, Master Sheath, hey Uncle Jim. Hopefully everything's well, better on the other side of the mountains. Uncle Jim has a great term for this, which is quickening. It's a moment that it's almost like everything synchronizes for the right reason and right purpose. And I was always wanting one of these, and it just came together, and now it's in my hand. So, that said, reason why it's a quickening knife, remember this is just IWB or cover sheath or store sheath. We got that. Even back then, Jensen was really considered to actually create that because that's a good way to store your blade without having or ruining or damaging your primary sheath system. Now this is chisel edge, but this one's more if you're right-handed, it is absolutely perfect for Floro Fighting Systems reverse grip knife. While if you're left-handed, this is absolutely perfect for foregrip. And to be honest, I could probably even pull off machete techniques and definitely EKI techniques without a problem. I mean, it's like, this thing just is meant to do pluma for some odd reason. I know it's like, it's a love and hate relationship for those of us who love and hate pluma, but it's just meant for it. It works. So here's the grind. Oh shit. Sorry guys, I'm gonna go and turn the lights back on since I know the main reason why you guys want to see this was better lighting. I do apologize since I am filming this at an odd hour, so you'll have to excuse me that we don't have any better lighting since it's dark out. So I'm going to get that close up of the grind. Oh god. Chisel edged, forward and back. And also the scallop edging. Oh, I love that. Reason why I love that scallop edging is when you do close quarters, when you jam someone up when they come for an attack, they come with a full grip attack like this, and you jam them up in a very similar manner to how you would start your hubud. And from here, you could do two ways. My favorite is simply pivoting, then getting them this out from here. Another way is to shear him and literally have him at control right here and finish him off. You could, which is very easy with this knife. And this is, oh, absolutely love that. So that scallop edging can be used for shearing. The handle here is micarta, and that's just perfect. Now, the reason why the boys, as soon as they saw it, they thought of me was one. Yes, it does say FFS, but on the back, as you can see, the number on this is 4. Same category as what I'm accredited in Floro Fighting Systems, by Ray. So, absolutely perfect knife, and this is the main reason why a lot of my boys thought this was definitely meant to be for mine. It is a left-handed for foregrip applications, but if a call reverse grip, absolute perfection. I didn't put any lanyard on it yet, but even without it, the balance is just right. Absolutely perfect. Love it. Love this knife. So there you go. Floro Fighting Systems Knives by Jensen Elite. So it comes with several different sheaths, as I told you guys. One is what Jensen Elite offered quite a bit, because I had a Blade by Jensen before, not this one. It was more of a kind of a survival trekking knife, and it came with a sheath like this. So this would be perfect for if you're looking for something like having your fire starter and your survival essentials, multi tools and stuff like that. Jam them in there. But like the technology of old era, it has tech lock, which is way out of date that none of us like. Those who know why, you know why. But cool thing about this particular the third sheath though, I absolutely love, is something that I haven't seen in a very long time, which is a shoulder holster for this. I don't have a belt on right now, so I can't show you 100% for this, but it's supposed to anchor to your belt on both sides. You have an attachment to anchor to your belt, and then you simply put the blade in here, and I'll do that so I can show you guys. So it'll be anchored to this, like so. So beauty about this is you could deploy from your right hand for reverse grip. There it is. Or you could do the crazy Russian way and deploy it like a Batojutsu matter. And that is freaking phenomenal. I absolutely love this. The steel is D2. And chances of running into another one like this is going to be very rare, if not impossible. I managed to, after I posted my review, the initial review when I was like on my YouTube channel, I had a flood of emails from several different people who actually were asking regarding this, because one gentleman, I think he's a friend of yours, Ray, a gentleman from the US Army, he asked, you know, because one of his brothers purchased the exact set just like this, and he's a lefty. So that kind of might be, but I asked him to verify the number, if he actually was his, if he could verify the number, and he couldn't, so don't know about that. But I guess the key thing about our men and women in service is, especially our boys, is when you get out of service, finding work, if you don't land a job pre-discharge, it is very difficult, if not impossible, to find one in the civilian sector that will maximize the skill sets that you acquire during your service. So sometimes you fall through the cracks, or shit happens and you get divorced and, you know, have to sell everything or get rid of it. So that's might be one of the reasons why this mesh was put on sale, because and my boys snagged it. And these are not easily acquired. You have to understand that these are literally, when people have this in their hands, they will treasure it till the end of their days, which is what I'm planning to do with mine. So, but I want you guys to get a good chance to take a look at that, since many of you guys have asked. Now, I'm going to put this in it's cover sheet, a store sheet, so I could go into the next segment of this, which is the Wraith. And I'm going to explain to you guys why they're both good, and they both have their purposes, and we'll be going and talking more about that. The Wraith is by Bladeworx. Our friend Matt Zhu was amazing. He did a great job. And Matt, I said it on the previous review on this one, the best kydex from Matt till this day. When I say that, reason why is most of the kydex that I received from Zhu, it's not that Matt doesn't do good, but they're very tight to, you really need to work on it until it gets to do like this. But this one just came like that. So Matt, amazing, outstanding job, my friend. You know, way to go, mate, seriously. So just everything about this knife is perfect. It deploys like a dream, and not to mention how it thrusts is just perfection. There's no other ways to describe this knife. And thank you again, Ray, for your generosity. I mean, this is, with that and this, these two are the blades that I want my boys to stick in my coffin when I'm dead. So, my last blades. Floro Fighting Systems logo. And, oh god, and Bladeworx logo right there. There. Now, the key thing about the Wraith is not just like a karambit. So biggest misconception that I want to kind of clarify here, because a lot of people will see any type of hawk-bill design and this, oh, that's a karambit. No, the term karambit is basically referring to blades you'll find in Indonesia and Philippines, mainly. I won't talk about Malaysia. Don't get me started. It's this annoying. I'm not going into the whole word salad with some folks on Malaysia stuff, so let's leave it at that. Alright, so karambit is generally with a blade with a ring attachment on it, okay? It's for retention. That's the key thing about karambit that a lot of people are missing. It comes in a variety of shapes. A lot of blades you'll find in Indonesia, especially in Java, you'll find a blade that's almost 90 degrees. And it's actually perfect for puncturing, for thrusting, and not much slashing, because like many of my guru and gurus have explained to me, karambit, like a Zorak in the old days, was more used in very much like that of a sickle than its current uses, which mostly is, you'll see in the fancy movies and crazy stuff where you see twirling and this kind of things. But in its earliest form, it was probably an agricultural tool for rice paddies and stuff like that. It probably, that's how I understand it. And the ring allows you to have a more secured and less fatigue, since you don't have to constantly grip onto the blade as hard as you can. So with that said, that's what the purpose of a Karumbit's ring is for. Second, it comes in multitude of blade. So it doesn't, just because it's a hawk build, that doesn't make it a Karumbit. That's a hawk build knife. It could have a worn clip shape. This one obviously has, it's more of a hawk build than a worn clip, as you can see. A worn clip is totally sheep's wood, totally flat. So hawk build blade, and the point is just razor. It's perfect. Like a little, I touch a balloon with this, it'll pop instantly. So perfectly done. Because Floro Fighting Systems, Ray have evolved our method from reverse grip preference to foregrip preference now, as we do more. If you spar us, I literally don't mind sparring reverse grip, but as soon as someone comes in and they want to spar, and if they go foregrip, I'll be nice and I'll go foregrip. And that's something that many of my students have taken to over reverse grip, just because reverse grip takes a little bit more of an effort and dedication to get good at, but it can be done faster. With foregrip, it is very natural and can be done very fast, and at the same time, the techniques from the foregrip flows over into our machete and essential Callisto Ironic, like these all kind of, if you practice one and the other and the third, you have a fantastic system for weapons of all lengths. So because of that, I always tell, when someone asks me, "Gee, what should I start with?" If you're gonna be my student, my requirement is that you start out with Essential Floro, which is on reverse grip. But if you're someone who's just gonna come to me for maybe a couple hours of training, but you really want to get good at something, I'd either recommend you Lambaton or Essential Callisto or foregrip knife. And if you carry a folding knife, I'll say foregrip knife. Then we could train and I'll spar with you for about 4 or 5 hours, and that'll get you to a point where you could pretty much fight like I do without a problem. And that's what FFS knives do nowadays. But this is the Wraith, my favorite, that I pretty much have always near me at all times. As for the super cool Jensen Floro knife, this thing is literally my bedside knife, because I am not taking that out even to let my boys have a play with it, my local students. I will before I take off though, just because they really should get a chance to handle it. Alright guys, so final notes, since the clock is running out on this. My thoughts, for those of you who are asking for my recommendation on what to start or where should I start, gee, I really want to get started on Floro Fighting Systems. Okay, so first start with, like I said, if you're going to be a dedicated student, like literally Floro Fighting Systems, what I want to practice and get good at, I'd say start with reverse grip. But the key thing is you do better when you focus on what you like, and our categories and our courses are just extensive. So start with what interests you the best. The reason why I say reverse grip first is because that has our fundamentals. So if you master the base fundamental skill set, everything else just comes super easy, that's why. But the key thing is speed, distance, and timing. That's what makes Floro Fighting Systems, and if you really understand that and master the distance, brother, you really will excel like no other system. So hope that helps. Link to FFS Online, as you know, is on the descriptions, along with my website and also my Facebook and Ray's Facebook also. So feel free to just ask questions, man, and I'll be more than happy to help anywhere I can. But if you have a specific requirement, like military service, to always say like, dude, this is mission criteria, and we need to have this particular skill sets, in that kind of sense, dive into it to see what works best for you guys. But the beauty of getting Essential Wraith Floro is that it also has a perfect section for knife defense that works. So with that said, that's something that you guys could dive into. That's why I would say start with Essential Ray Floro, because it has reverse grip, on-arm tactics to a degree, and also knife defense that really works perfect. Save lives, save mine, save my students, save countless students of mine, and the people they saved thanks to the knowledge they have. And that's all coming from our amazing teacher, Grandmaster Raymond Floro. Thank you. Wish you guys the very best, and I guess I'm now somewhere around midnight, so I'm gonna pass out now. Later.